this year. And away from that, the federal government has dismissed reports circulating in some media outlets claiming that junior secondary school JSS and senior secondary school SSS education have been scrapped. Let's hear the report.
We're just planning on lengthening the number of years that's compulsory from 9 years to 12 years. And before we even get to final decision on this, we will be having a lot of stakeholder engagement.
The Minister of Education setting the record straight, emphasizing that if adopted, the policy would make the entire 12 years of basic education free and compulsory, ultimately enhancing student learning and development.
For school-based management.
In a related development, the minister unveils the reviewed guidelines for the operations of school-based management committees in federal unity colleges across Nigeria. This revision is aimed at strengthening bottom-up education planning and management.
This collaborative framework is vital for tackling the issues faced by secondary schools in Nigeria, such as poor infrastructure, resource shortages, and lack of community involvement.
We want your school to be managed, operated at your own level, with collaboration from all stakeholders in your community. That's the best way we think we can get better results, we can get you educated in a better way.
The minister urges all committees to diligently execute their roles in accordance with the stipulated guidelines. In Abuja, Zenredding. Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Mohammed Ali Pati, has inaugurated a unified public health working group to strengthen Nigeria's response to HIV/AIDS, tuberculosis and malaria amid global shifts in health financing. The minister highlighted the federal government's efforts to integrate public health agencies and ensure sustainable funding for essential medical supplies.
We proposed that the DG NACA and the Director of Public Health in the ministry co-lead the technical working group that is looking at HIV, TB, and malaria. So that it's not just HIV alone, it's not malaria alone, it's also not TB alone. And that it includes NASCAP, it includes MPHCDA from primary healthcare for the elements that are linked to that, it includes NCDC, it includes malaria program, it includes the TB program, and it also includes NHIA from the market shipping, that's the federal government side.
He further noted that President Bola Tinubu has established a cabinet committee involving key ministries and the Nigeria Governors Forum to secure long-term funding for critical health interventions. He emphasized that these efforts will protect vulnerable populations, improve access to life-saving treatments, and strengthen Nigeria's healthcare system. Now, troops of the Nigerian Armed Forces have eliminated 3 wanted bandit leaders and some of their foot soldiers in Zamfara State. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa reports that the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, confirmed this during the closing ceremony of the 2025 Joint Task Force Commanders Conference in Abuja.
Top at the end of the 2025 Joint Task Force Commanders Conference is the confirmation of the elimination of 3 wanted bandit leaders. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, who made the confirmation, said troops of Operation Fansan Yamma under the ongoing Operation Show No Mercy eliminated the notorious bandit leaders along with 4 of their fighters in Ruandawa village, Marwa local government area of Zamfara State.
One of the latest victories in the campaign is the elimination of the notorious bandit leader, Kachala Nafaranshi, along with several of his fighters during an aggressive raid in the forest of Zrumi local government just last night. Another victory was the clearing of Sani Black's fortress at Tunga Fulani Hills, a notorious hideout that has served as a strategic base for banditry in the area. Security operatives backed by the air component of the Nigerian Air Force stormed the location, destroyed the camp, and burned down Sani Black's house, forcing him to flee.
The success, he noted, is a product of synergy among the services, security agencies, and the public.
We're able to take out about 3 to 4 major bandits, leaders, and this is to show the commitment and the dedication of the troops on ground.
The Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, enjoined Nigerians to see the ongoing renewed fight against criminality as a collective responsibility by providing timely intelligence report to security agencies. This, he said, will enhance proactive rather than reactive operations. From the Defense Headquarters in Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
In a related development, National Counter-Terrorism Center says a reduction was recorded in the incidents of kidnapping in the year 2024. The national coordinator of the center, Major General Adamu Garbalaka, made the statistics known during an update in the operations of the anti-kidnapping fusion cell. Defense correspondent again, Ismail Musa, reports.
Kidnapping for ransom remains one of Nigeria's most pressing security threats, with armed groups including bandits, terrorists, and militants using it to fund their illicit activities. Despite a 16.3% decrease in kidnapping incidents last year, the number of victims rose slightly by 0.27%. Kaduna, Katsina, and Zamfara states in the northwest recorded the highest cases, accounting for 61% of victims. To tackle the threat, government is implementing both kinetic and non-kinetic approaches, including the establishment of anti-kidnapping fusion cell under the National Counter-Terrorism Center.
The government implemented both kinetic and non-kinetic measures to combat the menace, achieving significant results which include rescuing over 100 hostages, neutralizing and arresting kidnapping kingpin. We also destroyed kidnappers' enclaves and dens. We also operationalized the multi-agency anti-kidnap fusion cell.
To reduce the figure in 2025, government has outlined aggressive approach with key strategies including expanding counter-kidnapping operations across the 6 geopolitical zones, improving cooperation with state governments, and discouraging ransom payments by reinforcing public confidence in government protection.
There are cases where we have found out that drivers, cooks, or even somebody very close to you, relatives, have connived with kidnappers.
Authorities are also urging state governments to tackle economic vulnerabilities that drive individuals into crime, such as unemployment and poverty. In Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
Now, advocating more sensitization and routine medical checks to aid the fight against cancer is the position of healthcare providers at an event organized by Defense and Police Officers' Wives Association in commemoration of the 2025 World Cancer Day in Abuja. Let's hear again from Defense correspondent Ismail Musa.
These are cancer survivors who, against all odds, share their experiences on how they are able to beat cancer.
So let's always lend a hand of support to people fighting through cancer.
With the message of positivity, the president of the POA urges members to look at the bright side of life as they strive to overcome cancer and other diseases, challenging their health and finances.
Nigeria has advanced in its national cancer control program and made progress towards expanding care for millions of people.
The panel of discussants at the event emphasized the need for early detection and regular screening.
Propagating cancer awareness, all those efforts in raising awareness about cancer. And these efforts include workshops, seminars, fundraising events.
So this underscores the importance of why we need to talk about liver cancer, the risk factors, and fight this so that we can preserve our workforce and be a happy nation.
Cancer as a leading cause of death, survivors say accessing the Cancer Care Fund and drugs remain daunting. In Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
Similarly, wife of the Inspector General of Police and President of the Police Officers' Wives Association, POA, Elizabeth Ebetokun, has called on spouses of the police officers to take cancer screening seriously. She gave the advice during a sensitization walk and free cancer screening test in Abuja. Highlighted that regular screening can help detect cancer in its early stage, making treatment more effective. She urges women, particularly those at risk, to take advantage of available medical facilities and screening programs to safeguard their health.
Silence, shatter stigma, and amplify the voices of those who have battled and continue to battle. Let us celebrate the spirit of those who have persevered. They inspire us to improve research, to innovate treatment, to advocate for better care.
Form reports that the wife of the IGP reaffirms POA's commitment to the well-being of police families, pledging to support initiatives that promote health awareness and early detection of life-threatening diseases. That's it on the AM News. Enjoy this love edition of Weekend Deal with Patience and Thelma.